Hi, and welcome back to India Roundup, brought to you by DIGITIMES Asia. I'm Charlene Chen, and we're here to bring you the latest in tech and manufacturing shaping India's electronics scene. Here's what you might have missed this past week. Let's start with a shift in global trade winds that could affect India's export momentum. A temporary tariff truce between the US and China is narrowing India's competitive edge. With US tariffs on Chinese goods dropping from 145% to 30% and Chinese tariffs on US goods falling to just 10%, India's current 20% advantage over China may vanish by July 2025. Trade experts are watching closely, warning that this could undermine India's role in China Plus One strategies. Switching gears to the smartphone world, Apple is doubling down on India even as political heat rises in the US. Despite US President Donald Trump urging iPhone production to move back to American soil, Apple plans to manufacture up to 60 million iPhones for the US market in India by 2026. But can automation help bring production home? Xiaomi's Smart Factory experiment in Beijing suggests it's not so simple. Despite cutting-edge automation and AI, it's producing less than 1 million phones a year out of 150 million. The lesson? Automation alone may not be enough to solve the labor and engineering puzzle. Now to a major chip milestone. India has just approved its 6th semiconductor project, this time a joint effort between HCL and Foxconn. The new $430 million plant set near Jewar Airport in Uttar Pradesh will start with OSAT services like chip packaging and testing. With a target output of 20,000 wafers and 36 million chips monthly, it's a strong signal of Foxconn's continued investment in India's semiconductor ambitions. Meanwhile, India's semiconductor growth is getting a global push. The India Electronics and Semiconductor Association is pivoting from policy to partnerships, driving firm-to-firm collaborations with Taiwan, Korea, Malaysia, and the US. The group is also scaling talent development with a new ATMP training program kicking off in Gandhinagar and expansion plans underway. Chip design momentum is building too, thanks to India's DOI and C2S initiatives. The first made-in-India packaged chips are expected this year. In company updates, Pegatron is recalibrating its India strategy after exiting iPhone manufacturing. The Taiwanese firm has poured nearly 579 million new Taiwan dollars into its local unit to ramp up production of communications and automotive electronics. The move marks a broader shift beyond Taiwan as the company leans into India's maturing supply chain. Meanwhile, Tata Electronics is doubling iPhone enclosure production at its Hosur plant to support Apple's September launch. With Foxconn investing $2.6 billion in a new Bengaluru facility, India now accounts for 18% of global iPhone output. CEO Tim Cook even said most iPhones sold in the US this quarter will be made in India, a testament to Apple's accelerating pivot. Over in the EV space, Tesla is scouting sites in Maharashtra for a CKD assembly plant, eyeing an India debut by April 2026. After talks in Hyderabad fell through, the EV giant is now exploring a joint venture model to reduce import duties. It's already begun hiring in Mumbai, Delhi, and Pune, and plans to open its first showroom in Mumbai. CEO Elon Musk remains bullish on India, not just for EVs, but also for Starlink. In smartphone comebacks, Dixon Technologies is partnering with Nexo India to revive the Alcatel brand after a 7-year hiatus. Manufacturing will begin within 8 to 10 weeks at Dixon's Paget Electronics unit, with a focus on mid-range phones. Backed by a $30 million investment, the move supports local job creation and aligns with the Make in India push. Turning to chip design, Renesas is deepening its presence in India with new R&D centers in Bengaluru and Noida and partnerships under the Chips to Startup program. The company signed MOUs with CDAC to provide tools and training for product-focused engineering. With over 500 staff now in India and joint ventures for OSAT underway, Renesas is positioning itself to meet the country's growing semiconductor and automotive tech needs. And finally, let's talk market numbers. Apple just posted a record first quarter in India, shipping 3 million iPhones, up 23% year over year. While overall shipments fell 5.5%, Apple's growth was fueled by surging demand for premium devices. The average selling price hit $274, with Apple now commanding nearly 10% of the market. IDC analysts expect continued momentum, especially as brands gear up for new launches later this year. That's a wrap for this week's Roundup. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.